What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with the RK Outpost, and Star Wars voice actor Sam Witwer, who has famously been the voice of Darth Maul and Galen Merrick, aka Starkiller from the Force Unleashed video games, and who we've talked about before here on the channel, when he criticized Star Wars fans for, quote, turning to the dark side and embracing their anger when criticizing Star Wars, is now in the news because as much as he tried to virtue signal, he was under attack for doing one thing, trying to stand up for his friend who is a cop, but even Sam Witwer could not stand by that position. He was forced to bend the knee and tweet hashtag defund the police. So let's get into this story, and we really have to start by looking at Sam Witwer's timeline. Sam Witwer, the past several days, has been retweeting a ton of stuff in support of the protests going on. Very much anti-Trump, very much anti-police. That is what he's been doing. Like I said, virtue signaling incredibly hard to his audience. But then he said one single thing wrong. So let's find out what that was. It was right here. Now, someone tweeted, contrary to what I'm reading, entirely possible condemn the bad cops and support the good. All these who you gonna call when you're in trouble? I'm gonna call the police. The good ones, the majority, will politely ask the racist, abusive old people pushing outliers to stay home. Well, again, that's a very naive viewpoint. That's not exactly how it works when you call 911. But then Sam says, one of my best friends is a cop, and we talk about this stuff every day. Great tweet. That's awesome. I'm glad you're friends with a good man who is a police officer, Sam. But, like I said, it doesn't stop there. Protector of lesbians retweets him. Don't be shy, Sam. Tell your friend to quit his job. And then this is a long thread, but guys, you have to understand how it goes from here to this article from Ichibaka. Sam Witwer wants to defund his friend, and when he tweets the hashtag defund the police, because it is a long conversation that Sam Witwer is having with some absolutely insane people. So I want to break it down to you. Now listen, I'm not a big fan of Sam Witwer. I think he's an incredible voice actor, but as far as him and his thoughts on Star Wars, sometimes I have a problem with him because he very much is in the same line as Freddie Prinze Jr. Well, Dave Filoni told me everything, so I know how everything works. Not exactly, Sam. But let's get into what he said here, despite my past criticisms. Can't. That's what he says. I can't. The man's an amazing moral dude who believes in remaining calm and professional. So I'm not going to tell my friend to quit his job. He deserves to have his job. Great response. But is he taking a stand against the bad cops? Does he honor his morals? All this stuff? He says, yes, that's exactly my point. He has. He does do these things. Now we have our champion, Lady Ocean, enters the equation, who eventually made Sam Witwer bend the knee. Starts off right here. Sam saying, but not my cop friend, is just as bad as saying not all white people or not all men. Even if he is a good person, this isn't the time to talk about it. When people talk about their struggles, it isn't time to defend yourself. Read the room. Sam Witwer, let me address your point. Yes, not right now. Read the room. I hear you. He basically apologizes for what he said. He says, you're right. I shouldn't have stood up for my friend. Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't have said that. Read the room. Okay, you're right. My bad, Lady Ocean. But it's not done because it's never done with these people. You're coming from a place of a lot of privilege. It's important to recognize that and understand how insensitive you're coming across. Even if you don't fully understand, it isn't your place to speak over POC, people of color, voices on this issue. It isn't enough to hear me. You need to own up to your mistake. People look at you or look up to you and use your platform for good. You can set an example of what to do. Even if your cop friend is a good person, he's still part of a broken system. And defunding and defending that isn't okay. Sam Witwer, again. If you think I just heard you but didn't acknowledge your point, then let me reiterate. Read the room. Read the room. There's a time and place. I agree. Other voices need to be heard right now. I agree. It was never my intent to defend the system. And that's honestly true because Sam Witwer has literally just been retweeting anti-cop stuff for the past week, anti-government stuff for the past week, which I'm all right with anti-government stuff in a lot of ways. But then it's not over still. The problem is that by defending your good cop friend, you inherently defended the system. You should never have brought them up. It isn't enough to acknowledge it either. You need to apologize. You need to apologize. You have a very large fan base, and people look up to you. Don't abuse that. This was in a thread. I didn't push it out on people's timelines. If you're offended that I'm friends with him and my friendship colors my opinion, I'm sorry, that's my life. If you want me to keep quiet about my life, I can certainly do that. Really. If you want me to keep quiet about my life so you can talk about yours, I can certainly do that. Come on, man. What a cuck. What a cuck you are, Sam Witwer. Just say, go F off. That's all you have to say. But no, you keep engaging this insane person. And if you want me to give you a visibility boost and you talking about your opinion in your life, I can also do that. I will retweet you, whatever you want. I'll retweet you, Lady Ocean. And we're going to get into how crazy let's do that now. Before we continue on, let's get into how crazy Lady Ocean is. She is literally... This is the fanfic she is looking at. Star Wars Rebels sex fanfiction between Chopper, a droid, and the Reader. Robot sex, robot kink, robot human. This is this person's Twitter right here. This is this person. They are insane. They are talking about Rebels... Rebels erotic fanfic, a children's show, fan fiction, sex with a droid. You know, the timeline's just all about gender, this, one like equals one character, I'd F, trans misogyny lecturing, just absolutely insane things on here, talking about her sexuality, pictures of Rex, Captain Rex in underwear. I don't know exactly what's going on here, but that's what this person's timeline is full of. This is the person that you're interacting with, Sam Witwer. Congratulations. No, I don't want that. I'm saying that you need to apologize. It may have been on the thread, but it was still out there for your 155.4K followers. Apologize and accept you stepped out of line. Lady, in examining your points and telling you, yeah, you're right, apology is absolutely the intent. Look at this. He's saying that I apologize to you, and she says, she is demanding, she is making this shell of a man bend over and take it. If it's your intent, then do it. I'm sorry if I made it sound in any way that I defend the system. I categorically do not. Dude, you have another Kevin Bush enters the fray. Dude, you have 100K followers and allowed around 20 loud idiots to sway your opinion. Use the block button. These people don't give a crap if you apologize or not. Finally, some common sense. Finally, some common sense. It's not about swaying my opinion. Check my timeline. I pretty clearly don't support this system. She may have been young about how she went about it. She's 18, but she was right to point out that Twitter ain't the best place for a nuanced discussion. Yeah, I checked it. You went from my friend's a good dude and a great cop to F this system. I'm sorry that I offended a rando with my opinion. You can't appease everyone. Then Sam Witwer tweets this out. Okay, you said that. So what's it you check on my timeline before how many police brutality videos I tweeted before? And he's a good dude and a great cop. I'll wait right here. Hashtag. He uses the hashtag Defund the Police. This is when Sam Witwer fully caves. Because you can say all you want that defund it, and he does. He tries to apologize. That's what Sam Witwer is now doing. After he used defund the police, that's been the next day's worth of stuff. He is talking about how, well, defund doesn't really mean take jobs away. Defund doesn't mean abolish the police. Come on. That's exactly what defund the police means. You can say it however you want. You can post this quote of how someone is trying to use it, but let's be real. Defund the police, there are a lot of people opposed to that because, shockingly, a lot of people rely on the police for protection and feel like it would be complete chaos without the police. That's how a large portion of America feels about that. And you piss them all off. So now you're trying to pedal back again, trying to apologize again by justifying your use of defund the police. You even got into more arguments with people. Super Good Pixel, right here. He gets into it. I'm sorry, who are you? Put your name on your tweet, coward. Of course, he only says that to Super Good Pixel, who calls him out. He doesn't say that to Lady Ocean, whatever the hell this weird fanfic account's name is. Doesn't say that to her. Says it to Sam Witwer. Then he says, hey, little boy, you're going to love this. I have no say in how they reboot law enforcement, so don't sweat your little dick off. This is what Sam Witwer responds. And listen, this is how he should have responded to Lady Ocean in the first place. Then he goes on to say, I'm trying to have reasonable conversations, all of this stuff, but he goes for these low blow insults, which, again, I have no problem with Sam Witwer saying this, but I do have a problem with him being hypocritical and talking about respecting people's opinions, which he does go on to say. Again, we have all of this. And when I say hypocrite, I mean because of this, right? So Stephen, with that response, Sam Witwer responds, Stephen, I'm going to let you in on a secret. Even if I think someone is being a tool, if they're at least attempt some civil discourse, I'll hear them out. I respect that. Of course, Sam Witwer, we can see this tirade that he went on with Super Good Pixel, right? Put your name on there, coward. And right here, he says this. Because to be a man, you should put your name on your work when you sling mud. Consequences, but those are before your time, little boy. Happy to help, little boy. Where's all the anger coming from? What's a shill club? Shouldn't you be coding an indie game that will never come out, right? So now he's stalking Super Good Pixel's timeline. He's so butthurt about this. He calls him a little man, says he has a small penis, all of this stuff. This is the hypocrisy of Sam Witwer. Obviously, he doesn't believe what he says, and that's why he's getting called out. So Sam Witwer is trying to back his friend, but at the same time saying defund the police. You can do as much explaining as you want. We all know what defund the police means, right? It's not like all of a sudden people are just going to get paid a little bit less and everyone's going to be okay with it. Everyone's still going to have a job. No, we know what defund the police means. We've had the Minneapolis City Council tell us what defunding the police means. It means dismantling their police department. And you joined a crowd of crazy virtue signalers to say defund the police. You can't stand by your friend and also say take away his job. That's what you just did, Sam Witwer. But that's just my read on the situation. Obviously, this is a hot button topic in the country. A lot of people ramped up, but Sam Witwer tried to do a good thing and stand up for his friend, but he let literal crazy people on Twitter convince him into dropping down on the ground and getting on a knee, apologizing, saying he's sorry, and saying that we should defund the organization that his friend works for. Absolutely disgraceful from Sam Witwer. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.